Yeah, I just had a question. This doesn't have to be just to Rick, but I'm just wondering to councillors in general, because I know there's a couple here, and I'm just wondering, obviously the economic considerations have to be a large part of the picture, just like the environmental ones do. But I just wonder if there's been any change, and I think Roger's here, a couple of councillors are here, Terry's here. Has there been any change over the years as we've grappled with some of these problems that are a legacy of some of these earlier industries? And you know, I think, Rick, you would agree that back in the day it was, you know, any industry that comes along, you hug them and say, come on into town. Have things changed where council, the people of the community as well, want to be sure that this legacy isn't left over, so it turns into perhaps even a net loss, you know, some of the things we're talking about, the mill, that type of thing?
Absolutely, Jim. I think the days of chasing a smokestack just for the economic benefit to communities are long gone. I think we look at the company, the proponent, and see what the overall impact is to the local economy as well as the region, but also what the environmental impact is. And we're much more educated. I mean, we all recall silly little things, and I'm sure everybody here in this room probably recalls them. You know, I remember my dad used to bring home old motor oil from the mill, and we'd do it up and down the back lane because it kept the dust down. Well, those things don't happen no more. I mean, we have regulations and we have education that really has got us a long, long way. So I think that today we look at the company, the proponent, and you made a comment of it, both Sherry and Mike, in regards to the amount of information Maryland PGM has given you and the actual consideration taken about taking bamboos off of the project criteria because of the impact it would have on the deep water fisheries, the lakeshore fisheries. So there's a sign of a company who's listening to the community, listening to the residents about the impact and the footprint as well as the environment, and listening and taking those into considerations and moving on those recommendations and changing. And you know, we've heard clearly at the open house that to make that one change from the bamboos to the third option is something like a $15 million impact in costs associated with that change. Now, I don't know if that's realistic in regards to the true numbers, but to hear that kind of impact to a company looking at setting up a mining operation, to make that move and put a $15 million increased added cost to the proposed project is pretty amazing when you think about the fact that they're listening to the environmental concerns of our residents. So, yes, by all means, Jim.
Thanks.